So good morning. We will close this part of dynamic force analysis with this lecture, that is the lecture number 4. We will solve two problems on dynamic analysis on a slider crank chain mechanism, and the equations already we have derived in the class 1 and class 2, that is the lecture 1 and lecture 2. And in this lecture mainly we are focusing only the problems related to the lecture 3. What we have covered the force analysis, that is what is piston effort, what is the normal force acting, and what is the thrust that is acting on the cylinder. All this which we have seen in the lecture 3, those equations are used to solve the problem in today's lecture. So let us see the problem. Let us see a problem on a gas engine. What is the problem? Let us see. A horizontal gas engine rotating at 210 rpm has a bore of 220 mm and a stroke of 440 mm. The connecting rod is 924 mm long and the reciprocating part's mass is 20 kg. When the crank has turned through an angle of 30 degrees from the inner dead center, the gas pressure on the cover and the crank sides are 500 kilopascal and 60 kilopascal. Then diameter A is missed there. It is a diameter. Diameter of the piston rod is 40 mm. Determine turning moment of the crankshaft, part A. Part B, thrust on bearings, and part C, acceleration of the flywheel, which has a mass of 8 kg and a radius of gyration of 600 mm, while the power of the engine is 22 kilowatt. Part A and part B problem as a direct substitution case, where we have already seen the equations associated with the thrust force and turning moments of the crankshaft. And part C, it needs some amount of additional knowledge, what is what you call flywheel and its radius of gyration, and what is resisting torque. That additional part basic knowledge is required. So let us write what is the data given to us. What is it? It is a horizontal engine, rotating at 210 rpm. So n is equal to 210 rpm. Then bore is 220 mm. Bore, that is stroke is nothing but 2R, 440 mm. Connecting rod length 924 mm, and mass of the reciprocating parts is 20 kg, and the crank is turned through an angle of 30 degrees, that is theta 30 degrees, from the inner dead center. The gas pressure on the cover and the crank sides, like P1, is how much? P1 on the cover side 500 kilopascal, 500 into 10 power 3 pascal. Then the other side P2 is 60 kilopascal, 60 into 10 power 3 pascal. Diameter of the piston rod, is how much? It is 40 mm. So you are supposed to find out turning moment on the crankshaft. So what is the equation for turning moment on the crankshaft. So we know that T turning moment, okay, that is F by cos beta into sin theta plus beta into R. This is the equation for a turning moment which you have already derived in the last class. That is nothing but turning moment T is equal to Ft into R. This is what we have seen yesterday. Ft is nothing but F by cos beta into sin theta plus beta, that is also derived yesterday, multiplied by R. Turning moment, T moment is nothing but turning moment. So the turning moment Ft into R, that is F by cos beta into sin theta plus beta into R. So what I need here, I have only theta, I have R, and I don't have F, and I don't have beta. So these values first I have to get to substitute in this equation. So let us see N, we know L by R, that is L 924, R 2R 440, this is 220. So L by R, so stroke is nothing but 2R, so R is equal to 440 by 2, which is 220, L is 924, then L by R, by substituting this, you get N value is 4.2. That is the first part. After getting the value of N, I would like to find out the values of omega, 2 pi n by 60, 2 pi, what is the n value? 210 by 60. So that gives 2 pi n by 60, 22 radians per second. And what is the next part? We need beta and F. So what is beta? We know sin beta is equal to sin theta by n. Theta is already given, n is known, that is sin 30 by n 4.2. Then you get the value of sin beta 0.119, that is beta is equal to sin inverse 0.119, that is 6.83 degrees, that is over. Then what is my next part? F. How to get F? So first we have to find out Fp, that is force on the piston. You know that if it is a horizontal engine or a vertical engine, the net force acting on the piston is the difference of the force on one side and the other side forces. One side force is P1A1 and the other side forces is P2A2. So I know here what is P1 and P2, and I have to get A1 and A2. So diameter of cylinder, that is a bore, is given 220 mm. So P1 pressure, which is in Pascal. So Pascal is Newton per meter square. So that I will write area also in terms of meter. What is area? Pi by 4. Diameter, bore diameter. So d square, that is this I call capital D, bore, and this is small d is the diameter of the rod. Pi by 4 d square, and let me write it in meter, 0.220 whole square minus P2. 60 into 10 power 3, and this is on the rod side, cover side and rod side. Yesterday I have shown you like this. This is cover side and this is rod side. So this rod area we have to subtract from the net area, that is pi by 4 d square minus d square. What is capital D? This is 0.220 square. And what is small d? 0.040 square. So this has given 220 and this is given the 40. So net area here is like this. So this is 40 and this is 220. So a ring area, that is pi by 4 capital D square minus D square. I have written everything in meter, 0.22 square minus 0.04 square. So this I get FP, okay, that is the value of this is 16,800 Newton. 16,800 Newton, that is FP. Then the net force is F is FP minus FB. So first let me calculate the value of FB. What is FB? FB, we know that M into F, that is M into R omega square cos theta plus cos 2 theta by N. M into F value, you know, cos theta plus cos 2 theta by N. So he has given the values of M, okay, substitute the value of M. What is the value of M? 20 kg. Okay, let me substitute this 20 or radius of the crank 0.22 omega square, omega 22 into cos theta, theta is 30 plus cos 60 by N 4.2. So if you substitute the entire data here, you get this is inertia force, that is FB is 2098 newtons. So my net force F is FP minus FB. FP minus FB. What is FP? FP, we got 16,800. Then FB 2098. So the net force F which you get is 14,703. This is the net force F, okay. F is 14,703. So once I get this F, my job is substituting here, okay. Let me put here 14,703 and beta, what is the beta? 6.83 and theta 30 degrees and R, radius of the crank, how much it is? 220, okay. So bore is 2R is 440, this R is 220.22. Okay, so this is different and this is different. This is the bore of the cylinder. that is this, and this is the radius of the radius of the crank. It is what it is given. It is nothing but what you call the total rotation from one end to the other end, that is from IDC to inner dead center to outer dead center, or top dead center to bottom dead center. Okay, that is this 440, which we call stroke, that is moving the piston from one end to the other end. Okay, that is 440. So you substitute this data, F 14703, beta 6.83, and theta 30 degrees. Okay, then beta 6.8 or 0.22. By substituting everything in that equation, you get your turning moment. Okay, or your turning moment is 1953 Newton meter. 1953 Newton meter. So what I did here is, first I have calculated n value separately, beta value separately, omega value separately. After getting this, I have calculated force on the piston Fp, then I have calculated the inertia force. Okay, then Fp minus Fb is the net force on the piston F. Okay, that is what I got, 14703. So to get my turning moment, the equation for that is Ft into R. So Ft is nothing but F by cos beta into sin theta plus beta. This F value is substituted, and theta beta value substituted, R value substituted. Then I get T is turning moment is 1953 Newton meter. This is the first part of the equation, or the first part of our problem. Then we will see the second and third part. See the second part of the problem. What is it? Thrust on bearings. So thrust on bearings. So we have the equation Fr is F by cos beta into cos theta plus beta. This is a direct substitution. Fr is equal to F by cos beta into cos theta plus beta. Okay. So Fr is F by cos beta into cos theta plus beta. Already all the values we have. Just now we have seen the value of F, which is 14,703. Then cos beta, cos 6.8 degrees. Then cos theta 30 plus 6.8 degrees. So that gives the thrust on the bearings 11,852 Newton. Then the third part, so what is the third part we have to find out? So acceleration of the flywheel, which has a mass of 8 kg, flywheel mass, and radius of gyration K 600 mm, and the power transmitted is 22 kilowatts. This is the data now given to us. So we know a simple basic thing is accelerating torque is equal to accelerating torque is nothing but the difference of turning moment minus resisting torque. The turning moment minus the resisting torque. What is the value of these things? Let us see. Resisting torque. So what is the turning moment? Turning moment, okay, already we have calculated. What is the turning moment? Just now we have calculated how much turning moment? Turning moment in the part A, you have calculated 1953. So turning moment is 1953 Newton meter first. Then what is the resisting torque? How to get the resisting torque? We know power is equal to get the resisting torque, power is equal to T into omega. So what is the power? 22 kilowatts. 22,000 is equal to T into omega 2 pi. What is the value of N in this problem? The value of N 210 by 60. So get the value of T. So by calculating this, you get T is equal to 1000. You get T is equal to 1000. So then the accelerating torque is the difference of this, that is 1953 minus 1000, that is 953 Newton meter. Then what is accelerating torque? Accelerating torque is I alpha. What is I? I is equal to mk square alpha. Okay. So what is M? Mass of the flywheel, not mass of the reciprocating parts. Mass of the flywheel. What is the mass of the flywheel? 8 kg. What is the K? Radius of gyration as given 600 mm, 0.6 whole square into alpha is equated to accelerating torque, that is 953. So alpha is equal to 953 by 8 into 0.6 square. I alpha, I is mk square alpha. So m is 8, k is 600 mm. So 0.6 square into alpha is equated to this. Then we get alpha is equal to 331 radians per second square. 331 radians per second square. Okay, alpha is equal to 331 radians per second square. That is the last part. So let us solve a second problem. The crank and connecting rod of a vertical petrol engine running at 1800 rpm are 600 mm and 270 mm. The diameter of the piston is 100 mm and the mass of the reciprocating parts is 1.2 kg. During the expansion stroke, when the crank has turned 20 degrees from the top dead center, TDC means top dead center, the gas pressure is 650 kilopascal. Determine the A bit, first bit, net force on the piston, second bit, net load on the gut joint pin, third, thrust on the cylinder walls, and 4, speed of which the gut joint pin load is reversed in direction. So it is a simple, straightforward, direct substitution of the equations what we derived in the lecture number 3. Okay, let us see what is the data given and what we have to do. So the crank and connecting rod of a vertical engine which is running at 1800 rpm. So speed n 1800 rpm, and what is its length of connecting rod and radius of the crank is 60, and length is 270 mm, and the diameter of the piston is 100 mm, and the mass is reciprocating parts 1.2 kg. During the expansion stroke, when the crank has turned by 20 degrees from TDC, theta, and the gas pressure is 650 kilopascal, that is 10 power 3 Pascal. So it is there in the Pascal. I will put it everything in terms of meter. First, I need the net force on the piston. That is the first part. So here R and L is there. I can find out N L by R. Okay, so N is L by R. That is 270 by 60, which is 4.5. Then omega 2 pi n by 60, 2 pi 1800 by 60, 30 is 32 pi, 60 pi, which is 198.5 radians per second. Then what is given? Theta is given, beta to be evaluated. We know sin beta is sin theta by n. So sin theta is 20, sin 20 by n, where is 4.5. Okay, then you get 0.076. Then beta is equal to sin inverse 0.076. So which gives 4.36 degrees. So I did all these things because I need all this data when I solve the problem. Okay, so what is the force on the piston? Force on the piston is area of the piston into pressure. What is the area of the piston? Pi by 4. Diameter of the piston 100, that is 0.1 whole square. Pressure 650 into 10 power 3, which gives this value is 5105. This is the force on the piston. Then what is the inertia force, which we have written FB, inertia force. You know the formula for inertia force, mr omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n. So what is m? M of the reciprocating parts 1.2 and radius 60 mm, that is 0.06. Omega 198.5 square cos theta has given 20, cos 2 theta cos 40, n, what is the value of n? N is 4.5. So by substituting this FB, you get the value of FB 2840. 2840. Okay, so you know that this is a vertical engine. I will solve one by one what are asked one by one. First, what I calculated: force on the piston due to the gas pressure, then force due to the inertia force. Okay, then I will come one by one. The net force on the piston, vertical engine. So in a vertical engine, the net force is equal to F is equal to Fp minus Fb. Then the self weight will be pushing down the piston, that is why mg. Fp minus Fb plus mg. Fp 5105, Fb 2840, mg, what is the mass? What is the mass given? 1.2 kg into 9.81. So that gives the value of F, which is nothing but 2277 Newton. That is the first part. 2277. Okay. Then what is the second part? What is the second part? Net load on the gut joint pin. Net load on the gut joint pin, which is nothing but net load on gut joint pin. What is gut joint pin? Gut joint pin is a one which connects the piston as well as the connecting rod. So that is nothing but force in the connecting rod. Force in connecting rod. Force in connecting rod. What we defined force in the connecting rod? Fc. What we defined Fc? We defined the force in the connecting rod Fc is equal to F by cos beta. What is F? 2277. Cos beta, beta is 4.36. Then by substituting this, you get this is 2283 Newton. 2283 Newton. Okay, 2283 Newton. The third part of the problem is thrust on the cylinder walls. So thrust on cylinder walls. So what we defined in the derivation part, the thrust on the cylinder walls, that is Fn. What is that? Fn is F tan beta. So already we know the F value. Okay, what is the value of F? 2277. And what is tan beta? Beta value is 4.3, that is tan 4.3 degrees. So that gives Fn value is 4277 tan beta. It gives 174 Newton. This is the third part of the problem. Then what is the fourth part of the problem? At the speed of the engine, okay, the gut joint pin load is reversed in its direction. The speed of which the gut joint pin load is reversed. So that is F is equal to, okay, F. What is the total load? We have seen total load F is equal to, that is Fp minus Fb plus mg. So when it is reversed, okay, speed at which the gut joint pin load is reversed, that means it should become 0. Then Fp. So what is Fp? We know the value of Fp, which is already calculated 5105, but don't substitute FB value because our intention is to find out at what speed. What is the speed term in which the speed term is there in FB? So that it is M R omega square cos theta plus cos 2 theta by N. Okay, cos 2 theta by N. And what is mg? So value of mg, what is m? 1.2 and g is 9.81. So my objective is to find out omega. So rest of the things I know. M 1.2. What is my R? R is the radius of the crank. How much it is in this case? Radius of the crank. What is the radius of the crank here? Crank is with a radius of 60 mm. Okay, that is 0.06. Already, okay, rest of the things are known. Theta, that is cos. What is the value of theta in this case? What is the theta given? How much it is? 20 degrees. And cos 40 n. What is the value of n which we got? Value of n. N is we got 4.5. Okay. So substitute m value, r value, omega square is unknown, keep it unknown. Cos 20, cos 40 by 4.5 plus 1.2 into 9.81 is 0. Equate this and get the value of omega square. From that you get the value of omega, okay, which gives 253 radians per second. Or if you write omega is 2 pi n by 60, which is 253, then we get n is equal to 2416 rpm. So in the above equation you substitute m value, r value, omega is unknown, don't substitute. Theta 20, this is n 4.5 and this data. He has asked the speed at which the gauge and pin is load is reversed, okay, in direction where it becomes 0. So the net force is 0 equated. Then I get my omega value by substituting. Omega is 2 pi n by 60. Then I get my value of n, that is 2416. So with this, the first part of the third unit is over. Then in the next lecture, we go for the flywheels.